So, today we're going to work on a podcast project, and I'm just going to open up, I'll take my song and drag it to my desktop. I'm going to open up a new file, and I'm going to drag my song into this file. Essentially, I don't need this whole thing, so what I would do, probably take about a minute of it, and I would drag this way. And then I would hit the delete button and it'll get rid of that. Now, I need to record my voice saying that this is my podcast about Beyonce. So I'll hit the record button. Well, actually, I'll hit the record button. This is a podcast about Beyonce Knowles. So I'll stop that. Clearly, I don't need the first part. So I'm going to mute this up here. Hit play. This is a podcast about. So I got about here. This is a podcast. This is a podcast about. Okay, so right about at this line I don't need, so I can use my selection tool to move it this way and delete it. So that it says this is a podcast. So going back up to this unmuted section. To make this sound decrease, we're going to use the envelope tool, which is up here. And we're going to pull at certain points. So I'm going to set a marker so that I can start pulling here. And I'm going to bring it all the way down. That's going to decrease the sound. You can even start doing it here to bring it down. Click back in that same spot, and it'll just bring it down drastically. In order to add out my voice into this spot, I need to move this track over, so I use the time tool, which is right up here, this double arrow, the time shift tool, and I moved it over. So now it's right at the point where it'll be a lot quieter, and you can actually hear. So I'm going to play the track about here. We're going to hear the difference in this song. This is a podcast about Beyonce Knowles. So that's all that I have for there. Now we're going to go back to our envelope tool. And since I'm done speaking about here, I'm going to click here to set the marker. And then I'm going to slowly bring it back up, not down, at a gradual pace, so that it can go back to the way that it sounded. And then we'll set the marker here, and we'll hit play to get a gradual increase.
I like this look so deep in your eyes. I touch on you more and more every time. When you leave, I'm begging you not to go. Call your name.
So all together, it should sound like this. This is a podcast about Beyonce Knowles. So, just to look back down here, if you zoom in with the zoom option here, if there's certain parts of a piece that you don't want, for instance, I don't want this ending right here, you can use your arrows left and right to get exactly where you want to cut it off at. So I want to cut it off here. Go back to your selection tool, make sure that it's clicked on, drag it to the right, and that'll just be in this track, delete. Now it's gone so that this only says, this is a podcast about Beyonce Knowles. And even if I wanted to, I could end all of this extra stuff, just dragging it, deleting. This is a podcast about Beyonce Knowles.